Good morning, student. Today is my lecture number 17B, and in my previous video I have taught you about types of public sector enterprises. Types of public sector enterprises. Now, under the type of public sector enterprises, first type was departmental undertaking. I was explain about, and today I will discuss about public corporation, or we can say statutory corporation. So today you will discuss. First, we have to know what is public corporation or statutory corporation. A statutory corporation is a body corporate formed by a special act of parliament or by the central or state legislature. It is fully financed by the government. Its power, objects, limitations, etc. are also decided by the act of legislature. For example, we can say Indian Airlines, Air India, SBI, State Bank of India, Life Insurance Corporation of India, LIC, FCI, Food Corporation of India, ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, etc. are the best example of public corporation or statutory corporation. So there are many characteristics of fee or feature. First feature may be it is created by an act of parliament or central or state legislature. Second may be the power, objective and limitation of public corporation are defined in the act only. Third may be it operates under total control of central or state government. It is separate legal entity. it gets corporated automatically when act is passed in the parliament. So let us see the advantage of this corporation. Now merits, advantage of public corporation. First merit is administrative autonomy. Administrative autonomy. A public corporation is able to manage its affairs with independence and flexibility. Second is quick decision. A public corporation is relatively free from red tapeism, as there is less file work and less formalities to be completed before taking decision. Third point is service motive. The activities of public corporation are discussed in Parliament. This ensures protection of public interest. Now, fourth point is efficient staff. The public corporation can have their own rule and regulation regarding remuneration and recruitment of employee. It can provide better facility and attractive terms of services to staff to secure efficient working from its staff. So, employee is more efficient. Now, fifth point is professional management. Its board of directors consists of business experts and also the representative of various groups such as labor, consumer, nominated by the government. Now, some demerits are also under the public corporation. So let us see demerit or advantage, disadvantage. Of public corporation. First is autonomy on paper only. Autonomy on paper only means the autonomy is and flexibility of public corporation is only for name's sake. Practically, ministers, government officials, and political parties often interfere with the working of these corporations. Second is lack of initiative. public corporations do not have to face any competition and are not guided by profit motive. So the employees do not take initiative to increase the profit and reduce loss. The losses of public corporations are made good by the government. Now, third point is rigid structure. The object and power of public corporation are defined by the Act, and these can be amended only by amending the statute or the Act. Amending the Act is a time-consuming and complicated task. Fourth point is unfair practice. The governing board of public corporation may indulge in unfair practices. It may charge unduly high price to cover up inefficiency. Where undertaking required monopoly power, where undertaking required special power defined by the Act or statute. Now, next type of public sector is government company. Government company means any company in which at least 50% of the paid up share capital is held by the central government or state government or partly by central or state government. The government companies are governed and ruled by the provisions of Company Act 1956. Like any other registered companies. For example, we can say, Steel Authority of India, Trading Corporation, HMT, STC, State Trading Corporation, HMT, Hindustan Machine Tools, etc. are the best example. BHEL, Bharat Heavy Electronic Limited are the main companies of the example of government company. Now, some features of government companies are: first, registration. The government company gets incorporated under the Company Act 1956. All the provisions of Companies Act are applicable on a government company. Government can exempt it from some provisions by passing a special resolution. Second is ownership. The government company is wholly or partly owned by the government. The share capital of these companies is owned by the government of India in the name of the president. Third point is management. The government company is managed by the board of directors who are nominated by government and other shareholders. The government has the authority to appoint majority of the directors. Now, next features accountability. The government companies are accountable to the ministry or the department concerned. Its annual report is presented and discussed in the parliament or state assembly. Now, next point is efficient staff. The recruitment and remuneration of employee of government company is independently decided by government company itself. They are not governed by civil services rule. Now, next point is merits and advantage of government company. Merits and advantage. Merits and advantage of government company. First advantage is administrative autonomy. It means the government company is relatively free from government and political interference. It can function freely and smoothly under the general vigilance of the government. Suitable changes can be introduced whenever needed within the provision of Company Act. Now, second point is greater flexibility. The government company is managed, financed and audited just as any other private sector company. It can therefore secure greater flexibility, freedom of operation and quickness of action in running the enterprises. Third point, efficient staff. The government companies can have their own rule and regulation regarding the recruitment and remuneration of employees. They can appoint professionals and specialized people by offering better services and salary. Now fourth point is collaboration. The government company can avail and accommodate managerial skill, technical know-how or expertise of the private enterprises by conveniently collaborating with it. Now, the difference between public company and private company. Difference: private sector and public sector. There are many differences between public sector and private sector. The formation of private sector enterprises involve a long process, but the public sector enterprises can be formed in a short time just by government decisions. Now, private sector enterprises work with the main objective of earning profit. But public sector enterprises work with the main motive of providing service motive to the public. Now, third point may be management. Private sector enterprises are managed and controlled by board of directors who are professional and expert. Board of directors but public sector enterprises are managed and controlled by board of directors who generally are representative of government. Now, next point is capital. In the private sector enterprises, maximum capital is contributed by owners or investor. But in the public sector, capital is contributed by government only. Now, next point is freedom of operation. There is more freedom of operation in private sector. More freedom. But in public sector, there are less freedom in public sector enterprises due to political interference. Less freedom due to political interference. Accountable. The private sector enterprises are not directly accountable to general public, but the public sector enterprises are accountable to general public as their performance is discussed in the parliament. Now, next point is the performance of private sector enterprises is judged on the basis of economic gain only. Performance is only judged by gain only. But In public sector, the performance of public sector enterprises is not only judged by economic gain but on many other non-economic issues. Non-economic issue means services. On the basis of services, public sector performance is judged. So these are the difference between private sector and public sector. Now I will meet you with some new topic. Thank you.